I've been helping people with money for more than 20 years, but no one stumped me more than the princess.
When I want something, I just get it.
It takes an hour and a half to get ready.
He will not go out of the house with anything on that's not designer.
He totally acts like a princess.
I'm here to help this princess take control of his money and his life. Over the next 4 weeks, he'll live on a strict cash diet and complete weekly challenges.
I am stuck, legit stuck.
If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform him from spender to saver, and I'll give him up to $5,000 to help him pay down his debt. You might have to get rid of the car.
I can't just sell my car. I don't know what to do.
No changes, no money.
Oh, 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 he's a princess. He's a princess.
Meet Princess Spencer.
I'm Spencer and I'm 21 years old. I work full-time for a moving company.
Spencer likes to spend his money on Spencer. His clothes, his shoes, his eating out, his car. It's all about Spencer.
My buddies and I, we love to go to the bars, pretty much go almost every night. The more we drink, the more the price seems to go up. I'm a compulsive buyer. I like to match my shoes with my clothes.
You can't afford another pair of shoes.
You stop complaining and let me get my shoes.
What are you, $6.45?
And jewelry too, I love my jewelry.
Those are real diamonds in there? Wow.
I don't think before I spend.
The way he spends his money, it's majority on the car.
I bought a $12,000 car on a credit card. The bank even said it's a smart idea because it was a lower interest rate.
He replaced a lot of parts on that car that never needed to be replaced.
Front bumper, I got the new rims, exhaust, accessories, cold air intake, HID kits for the lights, change the color on the interior.
I hate Spencer's car.
Now I have like a hobby that I want to put my money towards.
That car is more of an obsession than a hobby.
I just think you're jealous, that's all.
And while Spencer's hobby eats up the majority of his cash, the relationships with his loved ones has hit the skids.
We fight about money all the time.
You not having money all the time, it's not letting us spend quality time together. It kind of feels like it's not an equal relationship. I have to pay for this today when you just bought yourself shoes the other day.
I always have to spend money on you.
You're just too focused on yourself. Spencer is taking advantage of everyone around him, including me, his mom, especially his Nana.
Everybody says I spoil him, but I don't see it that way. I'm a grandmother.
She does too much.
I don't like taking money from her one bit. It's just like I have nowhere else to turn. I am living back at home at my mother's house. The house is not for sale, so I gotta get out and find my own place.
As soon as the house sells, Spencer will be out, and with no money in the bank, this princess could find himself on the streets.
We can't just be supporting him for the rest of our lives.
I don't have the money to help him right now.
He needs some direction now, and he definitely needs some help.
That's why they called me in. I brought Spencer here to show him how his spending is ruining his relationships. Hi, Gail Vaz Oxlade. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I hear you like girls to pay for you. Well, I don't promise you any money, but I do promise you some changes. Come with me. You are a princess.
I'm a princess.
Because you like living off other people.
Well, you know, they offer, I'm gonna take it, so.
Morgan pays for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of times now she's been paying for most of it.
So what we're going to do now is listen to what some of the people in your life have to say. You can hear it from their mouths.
He's a grown man. He should be on his own 2 feet, be able to support himself. It makes it harder, him not having money to spend quality time together. And I think it creates a lot of tension between us. And I feel like I've done a lot to help him, and I feel like he doesn't appreciate it. I'm still young. He's not the only guy in the world.
Uh-oh. She's the kind of partner that you would want to have. Don't blow this, Spencer. Let's listen to your mom.
I had to work hard jobs and keep food on the table, and we always made it. Spencer and I have been fighting a lot, more so now, because we're both under stress. Spencer called me a stupid I'm his mother, and I deserve respect.
Spencer,
I lost my tongue.
you're breaking her heart. She raised you to be a good man.
Sitting down and seeing all those people open up, it definitely really made me think that, you know, life doesn't revolve around just me.
You're not taking anything from anybody anymore. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the numbers, because the numbers don't lie, and I think you need to see them because there are a lot of I don't knows in your life. Spencer needs to know the truth, and I invited the women in his life to join us. You will not believe where your money has been going. You will not believe where Spencer's money has been going. There's your savings. Zippity-doo-dah. Your debt repayments at 10%, but you know what, Spencer? That's just interest. That's not paying down anything. You're spending 52% of your income on needs, and that's in line pretty well with what I say. Problem is, Spencer, you're not paying rent, you're not buying food, okay? That needs category is being eaten by your car. You're spending $800 a month on your car, which represents 48% of your income. It's almost like you think your car is a house. And then there are your wants. 82% of your income on wants.
I think that's kind of ridiculous. That's such a big number, 82% on just Spencer and what he wants.
So you're spending almost 50% more money than you make.
Yeah.
Which is how we got into the debt problem. You're 21 years old and you owe $23,000.
It's terrible. It's a lot of money. Like, it's just over the top.
So not only did a dumb credit card company give you $500, but another dumb credit card gave you $5,000, and then the stupidest credit card of all gave you $15,000, all of which you've managed to run to the hilt. Now you see this 1.9%, which looks like a real great deal? Miss one payment and watch it go to 19.5% like the other one you have. In which case, you will never dig out. You look like you're gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's...
All right, so you've been earning about $23,000 a year gross. You would have to earn $46,000 a year to be spending what you're currently spending, and you'd have to earn $62,000 a year to spend what you're spending and get your debt paid off. If you were paying your own way right now, weren't relying on people, and you were using credit, more credit, to fill the gap, you'd be going into debt to the tune of $15,400 a year. Ouch. How do you feel when you see that Spencer's spending this kind of money on rubbish?
Well, I didn't realize he was spending it on crap. I gave it to him for basics, like food.
Does that mean you're not going to give him any more money?
That's what it means.
So you guys are going to keep your hands out of your pockets, right?
Yes.
And you're going to do anything I say.
Yes, ma'am.
Over the next few weeks, I'm going to give you a series of challenges to do. You do the challenges to my satisfaction. I'll give you up to $5,000 to help take care of this problem. If you don't do the challenges, you don't get the money. You don't have the right attitude, you don't get the money. So what we're going to do over the next few weeks is we're going to teach you to stand on your own 2 feet and not rely on credit. We're going to get you real about your debt and deal with it finally. And we're going to teach you to appreciate what you have and give back, because it's not always about taking. Coming up, can Princess Spencer handle my first challenge?
You're just giving up.
I don't f***ing care no more.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
21-year-old Princess Spencer loves his fancy footwear
You have a million pairs.
Can't have too many shoes, right?
and his souped-up car.
He spent so much money on it, and it would create fights between us.
The problem is, the price of looking cool is more than what Spencer can actually afford. He's about to lose the roof over his head, but he's got nowhere to go.
I'm just staying here until it's sold. And then I gotta get out and find my own place.
The women in his life are fed up, so they've called me in and stopped the handouts.
You have to cut the ties.
Oh, I'm willing to cut him off.
I'm just going to do what Gail suggested that we all do and not help him.
I've got 4 weeks to whip him into shape. If this princess does all the challenges, I'll give him up to $5,000 to help him pay down his debt. So, you have some cards for me?
Yes.
Hand them over. This is your Get Real challenge. You have to learn to live on a budget, okay? You'll have $135 to live on for the week.
It's going to be hard for him to budget that money and not be able to just spend it because he wants something.
So here's the thing. You're living in your car for the next week,
Okay.
since you're treating your car like a house.
I'm willing to take the challenge.
Right now, my mind's set. Like I want to, just get financially fixed.
The Get Real Challenge is designed to give my princess some newfound perspective on his situation. Right now, Spencer spends more on his car than he could on rent. To help him prioritize, I challenged him to live in the car for a week.
French. It wasn't too fun setting up my tent. I was just really frustrated and pissed off. I'm getting pissed. I'm gonna break this thing in a second.
Camping's cheap, but the conditions are far from ideal for a princess. So Spencer checked out another low-cost housing option.
This is basically the general common room. All the furniture is pretty much included. There's 6, 7 guys with you if you move in here.
I didn't really like it because, for one, it's 7 guys. You know, there's no personal space.
Here's the grand kitchen. There's no dishwasher, so all the dishes you gotta do it yourself.
Nothing looked like it was clean. There's dishes everywhere. You know, I saw freaking bugs running around on the ground. It's just a hole.
I'm gonna show you the room you're gonna be staying in. Buddy, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Time to get up. Sorry, this is pretty much student living, so. This room's $375 per month. Okay. That doesn't include any utilities.
You know, I don't want to live my life like that. I want something nice that I know that, you know, I can take care of and keep clean.
If that's what Spencer wants, he's going to have to figure out a way to include increased rent payments into his budget. But between debt repayment and car costs, he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room.
Your debt to go down in 3 years, it's $695.88. You'd have to pay a month.
Insurance is $530. That doesn't include anything for rent. I'm looking at like $600.
Total for expenses, $2,458, which is minus $725.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
So then we can decide where we need to cut back on.
Well, there's nothing I could change.
Well, like, what if you were to think of getting, like, a roommate?
I'm not gonna do it, just some random person.
I think it could save a lot if you got a different car.
For me to sell my car, I won't get a lot because it's all aftermarket parts. I have no solutions.
Well, I'm giving you ones and you're putting them all down.
Yeah, but it still doesn't save me anything.
As much as you say selling your car isn't gonna help, I think it will help a lot.
I'm getting pissed off. I don't even want to do this right now.
That's really his only choice right now, and he's just not even considering it at all.
It's 1 week later, and it's about time I knocked some sense into Spencer. What do you suppose will happen to you if your mother's house sells tomorrow?
I'm screwed. I have nowhere to turn.
If your bills and your car are eating all your money right now, where are you ever gonna have the money to pay rent?
I can't just sell my car. There's things on there I have to get fixed on there before I can sell it, and I don't have money to put in my car to sell it.
Okay, then park the car at work and live out of the car, Spencer.
That's not what I want, though.
What do you want?
I don't know. I can't just sell my car. I don't know what to do. Right? I'm freaking stressed out. I'm pissed off all the time. Like, I don't know what else to do. Right? That's it.
You have a window of opportunity while you are living in your mom's house rent-free, and you better get your acting gear and figure out a plan, or you're going to become another statistic. This is process, okay? We have to work it through and figure out once and for all what you have to do to take control of this situation. I want a plan for how you are going to make enough money to cover all your expenses. If you cannot cover all your expenses, I want a plan for what you're going to cut. Wow.
Sorry.
You can turn it around or not. But whatever you do, it'll be by choice.
What do I really want to be in life? And it's time to stop acting like a kid and grow up.
Coming up, will Spencer's plan come together?
Frick.
Spencer, how long are we gonna take to do this, man? Time is money.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
He's only 21, but Princess Spencer owes $23,000 after splashing out on designer clothes, expensive jewelry, and his car.
I do spend a lot of my money on my car.
He works full-time but doesn't earn a lot, so Spencer leeches off all the ladies in his life.
I wasn't aware he was going out and spending it on cologne and shoes or whatever he spent it on.
Spencer's stuck in a low-income job. This week, to help him set goals for the future, I challenge him to explore a trade where he could earn more money.
I'm gonna put you to work. I'm gonna test you first, all right? I'm not gonna hire you unless I know you know what you're doing.
Carpentry would definitely be a good thing for me because, you know, you're your own boss. You're gonna be making, you know, good money. So is it 4 inches all the way around? Or?
No, it's 4 feet, man. This isn't a Barbie house we're making, all right?
Oh, just off by a little bit. Frick.
Spencer, how long are we gonna take to do this, man? Time is money.
It's a little frustrating. I'm a very go-go kind of person, and that's kind of slow and tedious for me.
All right, excellent work.
It's definitely a great trait to check out, but right now I don't think it'd be what I want to do at this moment.
While the work might not suit him, he's had a major shift in attitude.
Now that I've done a plan and see where I could change things, I think I'll be able to afford rent. I found a really nice apartment. I'm gonna talk to a couple of my buddies and see if they're willing to split. Right now I have my car online, I'm selling it for 10 grand. Definitely a big decision, you know, I love the thing, but there's a bigger picture than having my toys all the time.
Time to check in on Spencer's progress. You have been a very busy man.
Just been going nonstop since I last saw you.
You have done me up a budget. Spencer, not only does the budget balance, but it's one of the best budgets that I have seen.
You made me realize, like, you know, I gotta stop, like you said, acting like a kid and grow up.
So, are you feeling like the man now?
Yes.
You should be.
Gail definitely kicked my ass last week. I really had to pull my act together and actually sit down and focus.
Do you want to know what I have in store for you next?
Yes, please.
This is your attitude adjustment challenge. You kind of been taking advantage of the girls in your life. I want you to find a way to come up with some money so that you can treat the women in your life to something special.
Great. It's going to be hard for me because, you know, me and my mom haven't really connected for a long time. Tonight, I'm taking the ladies out, my mom, my grandma, and my girlfriend. You know, I needed about 60 bucks to do that, but it was a rough start this morning. The car wash, my phone wasn't working, I couldn't contact anybody. But as the day progressively moved on, and things started to pick up. Thank you, sir. The sun's coming out, so I think we're on a good roll. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good day. So, turned out pretty well. I needed 60, and I ended up making 75 today. All right, we're gonna go out to a tea place, and then I'll just talk and hang out and enjoy the food.
Drink up, let's go. It's a party.
It's a party, yeah.
So, I made 70 bucks.
Excellent.
Originally charging $5, but for some reason I was getting $10. I was like, all right, cool. When I stood up to present my speech, I was super nervous. I am so grateful for everything you three have done for me. Mom, I love you to death. I hate it that we fight. At one point, you and I used to be best friends. I used to come to you and tell you everything. Now we just fight all the time, and I hate it. I hope after today, we can work on our relationship again because I do miss my mom. You know, like you're my mom, right? I always want you there. Nana, I love you so much. You are like my guardian angel, honestly. Who knows where I'd be if I didn't have your support.
You're more than welcome.
Stop crying and make me cry.
No, I'm fine.
To my beautiful lady, Morgan, the love of my life, like honestly, the things that you do for me blow my mind. Thank you for all your help. I would never have gotten through this if it wasn't for you.
You're welcome. I love you too. I definitely feel like I'm more appreciated now, and he does realize how much I do for him.
I'm hurt that I treated you guys the way that I did. I hope for the future that we could be a lot closer. It felt good to actually put my emotions down on paper and express them.
Coming up, sometimes people are a little bit surprised to see what they don't get.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
When I first met Princess Spencer, his car was driving him into debt, and his relationships with his loved ones had taken a backseat to his self-indulgence.
I'm still young. He's not the only guy in the world.
Over the past 4 weeks, I challenged Spencer to make a plan to move out from his mother's nest, start thinking seriously about the future, and give back to the ladies in his life. He's come a long way, but has he come far enough? Time to check in. Big changes with Spencer. You've seen them.
Yeah. Doing this whole process gave him a lot of hope that he's young, he can get out of this.
Absolutely.
Oh, things are fantastic between me and Morgan. You know, we're able to open up and tell each other how we actually feel without fighting.
And you guys, have you seen a change as well?
Big change.
Yeah.
I've seen where he's tried to hold back or be a little more respectful with me.
So I'm hoping that this is the beginning of the new relationship that you guys can form.
I think it's good that someone like Gail, who's tough, to the point, direct, had something to offer to help.
So let's see what Spencer has to say now. Spencer, my darling, come in.
Before, with my debt, I was just ignoring it and just letting it get worse and worse until I found a new job or, you know, somehow got money. And Now, I feel so much better that I'm able to focus on it and take care of it and get rid of it.
What made you think of taking them out for tea?
Classy.
Now, I hear you've had an offer on the car.
Yes, but with my plan, I have to hit 9.
Your car is worth what somebody will pay you for it.
Okay.
If somebody offers you 8.5, take the 8.5.
All right.
Okay, good. You know, Spencer, week 1 I wondered, and then you turned it all around. It was like all of a sudden the lights all came on, and you realized that if anything is going to change, you're the guy that has to do the changing. This is not always my favorite part, okay? Sometimes people are a little bit surprised to see what they don't get, but today you get it all.
Oh, wow. Thank you very, very much.
You are very welcome.
It was great to get the 5Gs. Definitely going straight to all my debt.
The fact that he let me kick him in the butt and then took what I said seriously is a testament to the job that you guys did raising him together.
Thank you. It feels wonderful to have had Gail on Spencer's side because I don't really think we could have done what Gail has accomplished. I thank her from the bottom of my heart for what she's done for him.
Because you need more bonding time, doing nice things together, I'm also giving you dinner out with your girls again.
Thank you very much. I'm so very grateful for everything that Gail has done for me. I wouldn't be anywhere where I am now if it wasn't for her. I'd probably be still stuck in a hole.
He's a princess. She's a princess.